Quick update on the Jeep. About a year ago I posted this Jeep. I was gonna try to get it started. I had a trouble code 1687 which is no cluster bus communication. A lot of times when you Google that code, it'll tell you no COM bus and it'll lead you straight to the ECU. That is incorrect. Let me get to the point. It was my aftermarket connection, my crappy wiring for an amp. If you have aftermarket radio or amplifier and you're having that code, you just disconnect everything. Disconnect the radio, disconnect the amp, disconnect everything, and try it. See if it starts. I was having my dash will just die. It'll go to zero. I won't see nothing but the drive-through and the engine. Everything was just running fine. And from that it went to crank, no start. So crank, no start. So if you have that, just go ahead and disconnect your amp, disconnect your radio, and try it. Now I'm a ramble. So about 8-9 years ago, I wanted amp, I wanted subs, couldn't afford it. Went the cheapest way. So this little device right here, take regular frequency and it turn it to low frequency so you can connect your amp. I did a crappy wiring job and send it. Everything was working. Slowly was having issue with the dash, and then it went to a crank no start. The Jeep got parked, and I was gonna junk it because all of my research led to an ECU. I don't want to put an ECU. They say cam sensor, crank sensor, or an ECU. I didn't want to deal with all that, so I was gonna junk it. I tried one more time, disconnect the radio, and I smelled smoke. And then I was like, yeah, I'm onto something. Went to AutoZone, got some starter fluid, and sprayed in the intake, and then she fired right up. She run off of starter fluid, and then I was like, yeah, I'm onto something. I went ahead and put in the fuel pump in it, and this is where I'm at. All pressure amazing, voltage. Gotta put some fuel in it. I put some seafoam in there also. Temps, I don't know if you can see this, but it's low on coolant, so all fluids need to be changed. I put a muffler on here years ago, Flowmaster. Can't remember what it is, but yeah. Went ahead and put in the fuel pump, and it's running now. The only thing for sitting that long, I had some rats or mice or whatever chewed on my windshield washer fluid hose, and I just fixed that. Went to the junkyard, pull a hose, but everything needed to be changed. Oil, coolant, all that good stuff. But yeah, it runs. Now I need to decide what exactly I'm gonna do with it, how much money I'm gonna put into it, stuff like that. But the biggest thing is, if somebody's having that issue, go ahead and try disconnecting that and see if it helps. I still don't know exactly what the problem is. I just disconnect the radio, because even at the junkyard just now, all the WJ that I walked up to, they're missing the ECU, missing an ECU. It's like some small problems, it just lead you to the ECU, and guys just pulling ECUs and just like they're not even solving the problem. These vehicles, the Mopar Chrysler of this era, they get the reference value that goes back to the ECU, and if it don't have the right reference value, it won't turn over. And a lot of us left stranded because of that. And when you Google those trouble code, it just tell you crank, cam sensor, crank sensor, ECU, all that. They put you in a lot of work. And if you ever own one of these WJ with a V8, the engine bay is pretty crappy to work in. I just kind of held on to this because kind of want to use it as a tow rig or like a get around work vehicle. But anyhow, if I have any other update, I'll post it. I'm just rambling. Alright, let me know. Out.